Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the cards of today for the 16th of January 2017. Today, I really was looking forward to doing the cards today. I thought, right, okay, we're going to have a positive week with positive mindset. You know, it's all been a little bit shitty lately, but it's right, okay, everything's getting moving. Sorry, the cards have something different to say. Well, they don't really. What I've done, I've used traditional tarot, the Rider-Waite. I've pulled a Colette Baron Reid card and an Osho card. Now, as I've mentioned before, I feel when I read the cards, all of my decks speak to me differently. So there's different advice, and some are quite blunt, some are a little bit more beat around the bush or whatever. What I find with the tarot cards tend to, I feel, tell us where we're at, sort of, you know, where we think we're at. The Colette Baron Reid cards and the Osho cards, they tell us where we're really at, you know. So this is more like unconsciously what is happening, whereas the tarot is like, right, okay, this is what we think is happening. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So although I'm saying that these cards aren't good today, where you're at or where your head may be at or where you think you're at might not be in a good place. But when we look at the other cards and they tell us exactly what is going on, you know, then there's nothing to be afraid of. You know, everything is cool within this. So the first card that I pulled is the Five of Pentacles. Now, this is probably, you can see why I said that this, you know, I didn't like this card. It is a very bleak card, this is the word that always comes in, bleak, and it's sort of in the bleak midwinter. That's what I get. If we have a look, you know, there's all of the snow there as well. And it's a five. As we know, fives are challenges, fives are tests, that we're middle ground, you know, and fives always indicate as well that changes need to be made as well. I've been talking about change quite a lot. The charity that I'm working with is called Children Bringing Change. And I've been talking with the children this weekend on how they can change things. And one of the children said to me that change happens because whatever you've been doing hasn't been working, so you need to do it differently. And I just love that. Very, very simple. And as they say, out of the mouths of babes, you know. So like I say, this card is saying changes are needed, and these need to be internal changes and external changes, I feel, within your life. Within this card, there is a feeling of a lot of insecurity here, you know, a lot of insecurity. It's like self-esteem is low, self-worth is low, you know, and when I looked at this, there was a feeling of being sort of spiritually and emotionally bankrupt, you know, as well as maybe not having any money. But when I'm looking at this, I'm not feeling it's a lot of financial losses. I feel it's more inner riches that I feel have been lost, if that makes sense. And I want to go into this card as well. I struggled for years when I started reading the tarot, and I struggled with the Rider-Waite deck. I just couldn't get it. I couldn't connect with it. A couple of years ago, I tried again, and bam, I feel that they're so powerful. But if we have a look in this card, there's quite a lot going on. Now, if we can see this guy here, I mean, it's, you know, he's on crutches. This foot is bandaged. This foot is sort of has like a plaster on. You know, his clothes are tattered. You know, he is sort of in a pretty bad way. You know, everything is he's struggling. This is what I feel with this card. He's struggling. So this is talking about quite a lot of struggles going on. His surroundings, his environment here is cold, you know. I mean, can you imagine, like I say, this woman is barefoot and she's walking on the snow, you know. I mean, I like walking barefoot on the snow, not for long, but I do like doing it. But if you are forced to do that, it's not good. So being in this cold environment, you know, is not a good place to be, and I feel this is adding to the struggles. Now, what I thought was interesting when I looked at this card is the way that this person is looking at this person in front of them. Now, this person in front, they have the cloak around them, you know, they're shielding themselves, they're not wanting to know. And it's like this guy is running after them, sort of wanting attention, like, please turn around, look at me, please turn around, look at me. So I'm getting this sort of begging here, but begging for attention, begging to be seen, begging to be noticed, if that makes sense. And this person is just not wanting to know. You know, they have no concern whatsoever for this guy that is struggling. Yes, they are cold, but if we have a look, they've got a blanket around them, okay, you know, and they're making sure that they're covered up. He's actually, you know, he has no blanket, he has no cloak, and he is struggling and trying to catch up with this person. So what I'm feeling here is, it's like, it's, I'm getting a feeling of clinging to something that is not going to bring you happiness or security. And it's sort of like I want to say give up the fight with this, because I don't feel I don't feel this is adding. When I said that there's a lack in self-worth, I don't feel that this is adding to your self-worth neither, because it's making you feel like you do not deserve. You do not deserve to be seen, and you are not worthy, you know. So this is what I'm getting with this. It's a feeling of not feeling worthy here as well, you know. Now, what I want to say with this, like I say, I don't feel that this is all about financially, but what I want to say with this, what came in quite strongly, is, like I say, we've talked about this cold environment, okay? And this guy is chasing after this person, you know, and he's it's like he's following, it's like he's following the lead here. So what came in with this is a choice he has made, you know? And what is coming in with this is the life that you have chosen worth what it is costing you? And I don't feel that this is monetary. I feel, you know, this guy, like I've said, is spiritually and emotionally bankrupt. Now, what is interesting with this as well is above them here, this is a church. This is depicted as a church. And a church is a place of spirituality, and a church is a place of sanctuary as well. You know, there's an old saying which I absolutely love, and it's religion is for those that are scared of going to hell. Spirituality is for those that have been there. And what I feel is, during your deepest, darkest times, this is when you find spirituality, or spirituality finds you, you know. So this card is saying that there is sanctuary, there is, I mean, if we look at that, look at the light that's coming through that stained glass window, you know. All he needs to do is actually go inside. He needs to take that sanctuary that is being offered. You know, if we think churches, you know, it doesn't cost to go in them. There's a safe place where you can go, where you can rest, where you can get advice, where you can feel nourished. And, you know, that the doors are always open. So what I'm wanting to say with this is, although things may seem bleak in your life, what you really need to look at is, are you putting your faith in your spirituality at the moment? Because I don't feel that you are. I feel that there's a loss of hope there, and it's like on you've turned your back on the spiritual aspect of your life. Now, when we do this, this leaves us cold, you know. Spirituality is always there for us. We are always connected to spirit. Spirit is a place of love. Spirit is a place of nurture, you know. And this is where we, no matter how bleak or bad things are in our life, if we have our spirituality, we know that we will get through it. Okay, so sorry, there's just something coming in here. Yeah, you know, this too shall pass, which I say quite a lot. And I heard a thing the other day that really made me laugh, and it said, "This too shall pass." It may pass like a kidney stone, but it will pass. And obviously, kidney stones are very, very painful. So this is talking about being in a time at the moment where it is painful, it is dire, it is sort of feeling very left out in the cold. All you need to do is you need to instill your faith again. You need to start believing. You need to start believing in spirit. As I said with the cards at the weekend, we need to ask for help. Once we ask for help, it is given. That is the law of spirit. They do not like to see us living in lack. They do not like to see us struggling, but we need to ask them for help first. So this card, I really feel it's sort of, rather than feeling that you have nothing and that you have lost everything, look at what is still there for you to be able to tap into. And, what I feel here is he has lost his, it's not just losing his resources, he's lost his resourcefulness, and we always, it doesn't matter how poor we are, we always have our truth, we always have our faith, we always have our integrity, we always have our beliefs, and we always have hope. Okay, so what I'm wanting to say today is tap into these resources that we have that don't cost you anything, because a lot of times we put so much onus on having material security, but it's like, how much would you be worth if you lost all of your money? And it's this guy, it looks like he's lost everything, but the reason he's lost everything is because he is chasing something that isn't for him. If that door's not opening, then that's because you're not meant to go through that door, and this is what is coming in and leaving this horrible feeling of emptiness. And even though he's walking side by side with somebody there's a real feeling of being alone in this card. Now, alone is well, no, I don't want to say alone. I want to say loneliness, right? Okay, that's it. Because loneliness, you can be in a crowded room and still feel lonely. You can be by yourself and not feel alone. And when you have spirit with you, you are never alone, So like I say, this is his surrounds, this is his circumstance, this is his environment, which is causing this struggle, I feel. Okay, what else was interesting, which I've never ever seen in this deck neither, so it was quite interesting this morning, is when I looked at this stained glass window here, it reminded me straight away of the tree of life, and then when I looked, I thought, oh right, has it got roots? But what I looked is this, to me, I don't know if you can see it there, it looks like an anchor. So when you are anchored in your spirituality, when your roots are in your spirituality, this is when your tree will start to bear fruit. And if we have a look there is more than enough. There is more than enough there. Spirit always makes sure that we have everything we need. But if we're not looking at it and we're not ready to go after it, and we're not ready to take what Spirit are offering us, and we are following this cold pipe dream, no wonder we feel lost. No wonder we feel out in the cold, and no wonder we are struggling. So like I say, a very powerful message, I feel with this card as well, and it's yeah, I feel like this person is being ostracized as well. I'm looking there and there's a bell, and it's like, when lepers used to have to shake a bell and ring a bell, and I feel that, and it's like he's wanting. It's like he's wanting forgiveness. He's wanting redemption and whatever, And it's sort of like he's been put out in the cold, as if you are worthless. Keep away from me because you are useless. This is. I really don't like this. I feel there's a lot of victimization within this card as well. So I really don't like that card. Okay, but then we get to the Osho card, and this is what I want to focus on. Rather than focusing on where you're feeling at the moment, this is when Spirit are now giving you a wake-up call and saying, right, okay, this is how things really are. And we have here the King of Wands, and this is the Creator. And I absolutely adore this card. I really, really do. This is the master manifester, okay? He can do whatever he wants. He's egoless. He lets his ego go, and he feels very strongly, this king. Now, he's a very creative king as well, the King of Wands, and he always thinks outside of the box. This is what I like about him. He knows, and what he does is he taps into spirit and he taps into source. And look at the light shining from his solar plexus here. You know, this is where many of us, especially this guy in here, has a blockage around his solar plexus, which is his personal power center. He is looking for somebody else to make him feel worthy here. This guy doesn't need to, because he knows his worth. He knows his inner worth, you know, and he is shining bright, and he is allowing himself to step into his power, and he is allowing everybody around him to feel his power as well. When we look at the colors in this card as well, you know, when we're looking at chakras and stuff like that, we've got the red, which is the root chakra, which is about feeling secure. And as I've said, there's no security within this one. We also have the oranges within it, which these are our sacral chakra, which this is to do with our emotions, our feeling worthy and things like that. Then we have the yellows, which is our solar plexus, which this is our personal power, you know. And this is allowing, when we allow our gut, when we allow our soul, and when we allow spirit to be our guides, what happens is all fear is gone. All feelings of lack and all feelings of fear disappear when we actually stand into our power and we go after what it is we need, you know, because this guy is not spiritually and emotionally bankrupt like this one is, you know, and that is because he's decided, he's chosen the path of stepping into his personal power, you know. There's an understanding comes with this card as well, and this is about, you know, integrating with others who actually stand in their power as well. You know, there's a very creative feel about this, and this is what is coming from the center of his being. You know, if we have a look at him, he's calm, right? Okay, this guy is grounded, you know, and he is just, he's just there, you know. He's like a Zen warrior or something, isn't he, you know? And this is radiating from him. If we have a look at his aura around here as well. Now, our light is our most powerful force that we have, you know, and our light is what allows us to fulfill our dreams, you know, and we can touch others on the way with this as well. When we find our true selves, we get this certain enlightenment, okay? And, you know, no matter what is going on externally, it doesn't shake us. And this is what this card is saying, that you are the master of your own destiny. You need to live your life for yourself, because if you are living it for others and looking for appreciation and looking for validation from others all of the time, you will always be out in the cold. You know, I mean, look at the difference in the warmth of them cards. You know, this is almost red hot. That is just freezing cold. So anything that you are capable of doing, anything that you want, you know, you have the power within yourself to do it. And what this is saying is that, you know, there's, with this enlightenment, we get this sense of maturity as well. And this is when we realize how we can have an enriched life and how we can enrich the lives of others as well. So this is talking about using any skills that you have, you know, learn from your life experience. This is how, you know, again, I was talking to the children yesterday, and what came up was that you learn by making mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes, because this is how you learn, you know. They're amazing. Honestly, I have some fabulous, I've just done a little documentary and I have some fabulous photos of the children. Once I can put them up for the exhibition, I will put a link on my website to them, because they're just, oh God, I just want to eat them all. They were absolutely adorable. So this is saying it's time to believe in your own magic here, you know. When Osho talks about this card, what he says is there are two types of creator in the world. One type of creator works with objects, a poet or a painter. They work with objects and they create things. The other type of creator, the mystic, creates himself. He doesn't work with objects, he works with the subject. He works on himself and he works on his own being. He is the real creator, the real poet, because he makes himself into the masterpiece. You are carrying a masterpiece hidden within you, but you are standing your own way. Just move aside, then the masterpiece will be revealed. Everyone is a masterpiece because God never gives birth to anything less than that. Everyone carries that masterpiece hidden for many lives, not knowing who they are and just trying on the surface to become someone and looking for validation. This is it. So once you realize that you are worthy, you are more than worthy, you are enough, you are more than enough, this is when you will be able to stand into your power. So what Osho says is drop the idea of becoming someone, because you already know that you are someone, you are a masterpiece. You cannot be improved. You are perfect as you are. You have only come to it, to know it, to realize it. God himself has created you, and he has created you perfectly. You cannot be improved. So once you know that about yourself, this just disappears, this cold feeling, and you can stand tall and you stand in your power. And if somebody tells you you're not worthy, you just say, okay, that's fine, that's your opinion, because when you know that you are worthy, this is, nothing can shake you. So it's about knowing your own worth. Now, when I looked at the Colette Baron Reid card, we got Treasure Island number 9, and this is she calls it the protection position rather than reversed. And what Colette Baron Reid says about her cards is that they are prescriptions, so this is it. It's like, take this once a day or take this as needed. And like I say, we have it in the 9 position, which is upside down, and they're just bringing into me there. 9 is usually completions and 9 is usually endings. But because this is in the protection position, this is saying that it's clinging on to something that, like I said before with that other card, clinging on to something that should be long gone. So it's not bringing you the happiness and not bringing you the security here. So what this card is saying as well is, this is talking, I mean, if it's that way, have a look, it's fabulous. There's treasure, there's hearts, there's stars, there's hopes, there's dreams, there's everything. When it's this way, everything is falling out, And what this is saying is that we are living in a state of sort of poverty consciousness, and having a sense that we are not enough, or that we don't have enough. Now, I've just said there, you are enough, you are more than enough, but what you need to say, Spirit have just said there, is you need to say enough. That's it. You need to stop all the crap, right? Okay, that's funny. So you are enough, but you just need to say, I've had enough, and actually leave something that needs to be left, right? Okay, because what this is saying is that this is casting a shadow on your path here, and it's saying, that by living this life that you're living, and by believing these beliefs that you are believing, by succumbing to what you are feeling you have to be somebody, it is coming at a very, very high cost, and I don't think that you can afford to pay that price. I don't think you should. Why should you pay the price for something that is making you unhappy? You wouldn't go and buy a meal and pay for a really expensive meal if it made you sick and it didn't taste nice. So, think about what it is actually costing you here. So this is saying, you may have had failed expectations or whatever, but do you want to make yourself a victim, or do you want to make yourself a victor? Often when we feel low self-worth, it's very easy to go into victim mode, because other people sort of tell us that we aren't deserving, that we aren't good people, and we've done that, so you need to be punished. And often we believe this ourselves, so we victimize ourselves as well as other people, allowing other people to victimize us as well. And often we are frightened of our own success. We are frightened to stand tall, because of what other people may think about it, And once we start to grow, I've said this, once we start to shine, our light shines in other people's eyes, and they don't like that, and they try to keep us small, And if we start to grow and stand tall, they try to cut us down, because it's, people, a lot of times people don't like to see people get on. And, as a human, we should encourage that, rather than try and stop that, or rather than try and cut the branches on somebody who is growing tall and strong. What can happen when we have this mentality as well is that fear gets in, and often we can fear losing what we already have. Okay, so we hold on that tightly to it, that we end up sort of causing ourselves to live in this prison, and it's a prison of our own making. And this comes in with this card when I said, that it's like he's desperately like clinging to this and wanting the validation from there, and all he is doing is cutting himself off and leaving himself cold. So what this card is saying is, Spirit want us to live an abundant life, and all we need to do is we need to use our personal power. We need to step into ourselves. We need to connect with Spirit again. We need to find our roots, to get grounded, to find our security, to find our self-worth again, and to know that we are enough and that Spirit loves us unconditionally, and it doesn't matter who else does, because when we have the love of Spirit, we have all that we need. Sorry, I'm getting really, there's a big mess. I'm getting really, really emotional coming through there. So that is all that we need, just tap into Spirit, and Spirit are always there to help us. Now, I know I've said this poem before, and it's from Marianne Williamson. Now, they're just bringing in here Return to Love, which is a fantastic book by Marianne Williamson. It is available on YouTube as an audio book as well, and I really feel this is beneficial for people to listen to. It's based on A Course in Miracles, but it's sort of bringing it into modern day. And the quote that I want to finish with today, I feel sums up these cards massively. And it's, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us most. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, to be gorgeous, to be talented, to be fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fears, our presence automatically liberates others. And I feel that is such a powerful, powerful message here. And it's, we cannot live our lives for other people. If we do this, this is when we end out in the cold. This is when we end up with nothing, and we're constantly chasing something that is never going to bring us what we need. Once we step into our own power, once we connect with Spirit, we will then see the treasure that we have, and we have everything that we need. So I feel that was a very powerful message today. I feel it's a little bit of a slap in the face and a little bit of a wake-up call. It's like, right, okay, stop the pity party. Just actually go and have a life party. That's it. Live your life party in the way that you want to live it, and you will find that this feeling of lack, this feeling of hopelessness, this feeling of unworthiness, of insecurity, of everything will fall away, because when you are living true to you, it doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank, because you are rich beyond measure, and I really feel this is what these cards today are talking about. Let your creativity out. We've got the King of Wands here. This is about creating something, creating the you that you want to be, and creating the life that you want, because you can get it. You have all of the resources for it. You have them within you. You don't need money to do that. You just need the belief, and you just need the vision, and you just need to go forward, and you need, it's sort of, they're showing me there like a carrot in front of you, dangling the carrot. And it's like, are you going to go after the one there, which tells you you're going to have an empty, unfulfilled life? Or are you going to go after the one there that is shining brightly, that tells you that you can live a life beyond your wildest dreams? All you need to do is go after it and believe in it, and believe in yourself, and believe that you are deserving of it, because that is what is coming in with these cards. So, like I say, I said that they were, I didn't like the first card. I'm actually buzzing now, the energy that's coming through from this. So please take that on board today, Spirit are wanting to help us. They are. There is a really good energy. I got told the 22nd, the 23rd, and the 26th of January are going to be very important dates. They didn't tell me why. They just said they're going to be very important. So I don't feel that's within my life. So I feel to pass them on. But if anybody would like a reading, please get in touch with me. The link is below to my Facebook page or to my website where you can book readings. I will get all of the readings finished today that I'm still a little bit behind on, because I was a bit poorly last week. It was a funny week, but I am, they will all get done today. So I have got availability for the rest of the week. And just believe in yourself. Do one thing today that's kind to yourself. Give yourself one kind word, even if it's just a little compliment. Do one thing for you today, and not for anybody else. Don't think about anybody else in it. Do it for you. And I think you'll start to feel the power coming back to you. Okay? So I hope you like them cards. I absolutely love them. Sorry for getting a bit emotional there. When spirit come through strongly, it happens all the time. I've seen my do readings where the tears have been pouring from my eyes, but that is when you are connected to the love of spirit. It is pretty overwhelming. So I have an absolutely fabulous day today. I really feel there's some enlightenment coming today. A few like light bulb moments, a few little aha moments as well, I feel. So just enjoy it and please take it on board. And I will be back tomorrow with the cards of today. Sat now.